Hi guys, and welcome to another DevCast. Today it will be a short one. First of all, I want to say that this is the first DevCast where I'm using a webcam. It's a new webcam, so I'm going to use it probably. So bear with me. And second of all, this DevCast will be a bit different. I will do these kind of devcasts about tools and stuff that makes my life easier and how to automatize or simplify your life as well. First, today I will talk about my tool. It's actually a editor window I made for Unity that helps you set up your Android deployment wirelessly. So you'll no longer need to use the USB cables and stuff like that. I always did it the old-fashioned way, with the ADB tool. It's still using ADB tool, but I just put it all together and automized it and put it out on GitHub for you, so you can grab it as well. This is one of my projects. We are not going to talk about this project today. I'm just using it to demonstrate. Uh, so let's go to tools and remote deploy window. Once you download the code, I will give you a link for that. This is something that will just be added there. So it's a remote deploy window. It looks like this. So and it helps you to do all that stuff that you are obviously doing probably by ADB, or maybe you didn't even know that it's possible to do Wi-Fi deployment. So now you will do. Uh, but I will probably add some more stuff there, but this is just for the Wi-Fi deployment. So first of all, list of devices, as you know, by ADB devices. We see that there are no devices attached at the moment, so I will plug my Android phone. It's a good old Samsung phone. So once it's plugged there, we can call the list devices again, and we see that there is the Samsung. I just plugged there in. When you want to deploy it using Wi-Fi, you first need to set up it for the Wi-Fi deployment. You only need to do it once, unless you turn off your phone. If you turn off your phone, you need to do it again. What we will do is just set up the TCP bridge. Let's call it. This basically setups the phone for a remote connection. So it's just restarted in the TCP mode. Now if we list the devices again, okay, we still don't see the device. What we need to do next is connect to the device we just set up. Uh, Now I will going to skip this to just introduce this few settings we have here. First is the Android Sdk Pad. Because we are using ADB and we don't want to package the ADB or something like that, we are just using the ADB which is packaged with Unity. Since you are using Android deployment, you will probably have the SDK installed as well. So we need the pad. There is two ways to get the pad, and unless you know it, then you can just basic copy paste it. First is the fetch it from the editor preferences, which will take it from the edit preferences external tools, but it doesn't always work, especially if you are using this installed or not installed with the Unity. So you can also browse the SDK yourself. Next is the remote IP, which is the IP that the phone will be listening on. You can basically just type it there if you go to settings on your phone and get to the Wi-Fi and get the IP address. Or I added this helper function which basically calls the ADB command to get the parse the because there is this huge VLAN command that it will be parsed from that to get the IP address, and it will automatically fill it for you. So if it's not there, okay, okay, no, something like this, fetch, it will automatically fill it for you. And then there are some advanced settings, which is the port we will be setting the TCP. I just chose 5555. Doesn't really matter unless you're using it for something else. And the next is as a VLAN adapter, which basically it's the VLAN 0 is the default one. Unless you are doing something very specific, you don't need to change it. So now we have the IP address. We can connect to the phone. Now you see we are connected to the phone. Now we will list devices. We see both devices. This is the same device. One is connected using the USB cable. The second one is connecting using the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to unplug the phone. I'm going to clear this one and now call the list devices. And you see there is only the online, basically Wi-Fi device there. So what I can do is go build and run, and it will work checking for compatible Android devices. It will just check if it's there. It's there. Obviously, it's the only one there. So it compiles and builds all the assemblies as usual. Actually, I like this Wi-Fi connection way more because my USB cable is getting old, and I'm disconnected in the middle of the building process, and it will just crash or just fail basically. So now with Wi-Fi, I never get these fails. Okay, so we are just building the Gradle project, so soon there will be a deployment. This is the standard build and run. You don't really need to do anything else. And you see we are copying the APK package to the IP, to the Samsung phone. It will take a bit more than using the USB. It's slower, obviously. Okay, and we just got the game running. Additionally, I added a disconnect button, so you can disconnect. It will at the moment it will disconnect from all the connected phones. So if you just change it, we're changing the IPs. It's tailored to connect to a single phone. I can make it multi-phone-able, but at the moment it's tailored. Even though you can connect to multiple, you will just change the IPs and connect them. But once you call disconnect, it will disconnect all the phones. And additionally, I put these two buttons. This is disabled. I will tell you why. But this one is to run the monitor, because a lot of the time you just want the logcat. You want to see what's going on, and then you go to Android Studio and you are going to run the monitor yourself. So by this button, it will automatically go through the SDK and find the monitor app and just run it. So now we see the monitor app, and we see the online Wi-Fi connected phone. So this way you have everything in a single window. You don't really need to just go use the command line and all these types of. It's just for automatization, to make your life easier. If you can actually use this monitor without even using the Wi-Fi connection, because if we had this, okay, let me connect the phone again. Obviously, if we had it connected using the USB cable, it will get it as well. So now we have the online, even though as you can see, it's the same device. And finally, this button is grayed out, the last one. What it does is just runs the logcat using the ADB command, and then just dumps the logcat into this console, or you can even set it to console, to this debug console. But since logcat is pretty heavy, it just spams your console, it will basically make Unity unusable. It's not built to render a huge text areas. I will probably play with it a bit more if there is some kind of optimization that can be done. And mm, I will definitely add some kind of like filters and stuff like that. So you can run a local logcat with a specified filter, or maybe a logcat that it's just automatically set up to filter everything from your app that you are trying to build, but it's not there yet. So as I said, it's actually very easy to use and to get used to. And you can find the source code on GitHub. I will just publish the Git repo under the YouTube video, and it's rather simple code I just put together using the process start info and the idb command. So you can take it and use it as you want. So that's actually all from me for today, and thank you for watching.